Hello everyone, my name is Kamikaze123. How are y'all doing today? I am doing well, thank you very much. Anyways, I have a special announcement. I have a new shirt. As you can see here, it's Boku no Hero Academia. This is Deku, and he is doing the Quark Smash. I really need to get into that, but I heard it's really good. I did watch some clips of the anime. Looks really sick. Looks really awesome. My favorite character has to be Slain. Least favorite character has to be Bakugo, and please stay with me. A lot of people say that he is like the A lot of people say that he is like the like the modern day Vegeta, but to me, to be honest, I just don't really like his attitude. I know that's his character, but still, I just don't really like it. Like he's like he's always targeting, he's always targeting Deku, and I just feel like, dude, come on, man, stop being a dick, man. What the fuck? Anyways, I'm here to talk about the tragedy that happened in KyoAni in Kyoto, Japan. Now, I have already seen the news. I've already seen the articles that the KyoAni studio had a fire going on, and there were about 33 people that died, especially the guy who created or directed the TV series, which I really like. One is Lucky Star, 2 is Haruhi Suzumiya, 3 is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. 4, I forgot the rest. Oh, 5th, yeah. Oh wait, I think the 4th is Clannad. But yes, I want to give respect to the people who died. I want to give my respects to the people who died over there in Kyoto, because when I first heard about this, I thought like, oh my god, what happened? Was there like a a natural cause of something that lit up, something that just happened? But no. But turns out that before the fire started, some guy in the back, or some guy in front of the the entrance of KyoAni, he said out loudly saying, "Hi," which I feel really weird. I mean, like, what? Until after he said that, he then put on the fire. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened? A lot of people think that there's something going on. Maybe it's a crazy fan, maybe it's a crazy guy doing this kind of random thing. Until a news article that came out in APN News with AP News, and basically this article is talking about the suspect in Japan that did the fire to KyoAni, to the KyoAni studios. I've seen some, but I have not read the full article. What I've known is that this guy had a grudge, and that they actually found the guy. I seen the picture, and whoa, dude! I've seen what he looks like, dude. Holy shit! He looks like a normal guy who just likes anime, who just likes manga, that kind of stuff. Dude, this is no joke, man. This is no joke. That some shit like this does happen to not just studios, but also fans as well. Crazy fans who think like, oh, I have something against that person. I don't know what it is, but I think they have done something wrong to me. Believe it or not, man. Believe it or not, people like the guy who did the fire. Those kind of people does exist. For an example, remember a long time ago. Remember that remember that suspect that tried to kill Jason David Frank, the guy who played as the Green Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger? Turns out he had a mission. He had a mission saying that he has to kill Jason David Frank because he was ordered to do that. All of a sudden, he came in He came into the Comic-Con dressed up as the Punisher, and he has real life weapons, like like a semi-automatic gun, a shotgun, and like a freaking Glock and shit. So here is the article right here. I got it from my phone. I'll tell you guys. Suspect in Japan anime studio arson reportedly had grudge by Mari Yamaguchi, July 19, 2019. This article came out since last Friday. Today is Tuesday. Today's the 23rd. I can't believe it. All right. A man suspected of setting ablaze a beloved Japanese anime studio, killing 34 people, was raging about theft and and media reported he had a grudge against the company. As questions arose why such mass killings keep happening in the country. Reading that first part, I actually remembered why did the guy do such a thing? There were a lot of talks about this guy that he had like what do you call it? Like what this said that he had a grudge. But what kind of grudge? Turns out he believes he had a thought that KyoAni, that the anime studio plagiarized, copy, or should I say stole his work. This is actually really weird because if they did, then they would have they would have the guy would have called the police on them. Yeah, the guy would have called the police, but instead he had this in his mind. He didn't go there to tell them about his story. Especially he didn't even go there to apply and be a story writer, animator, or mangaka. He just thought this out of his head, and it's so crazy. I'm gonna read more, okay? Police only have said that the suspect Shinji Aoba, age 41, who was hospitalized with severe burns and unable to talk, is from near Tokyo and did not work for the studio. He did not work in the studio. He did not work in Kyoto Animation. Basically, this guy, like I said, he had a thought. He had a thought that the animation studio stole his idea. But how would they even know about his idea when he never goes there? So, like I said, like what this said, and like what I said, that this guy, he just thought about it. And he just thought, man, he just thought that they must have a psychic weird connection to his smartphones or whatever, and then they just had to, and then he just had to thought oh my god, these people stole my idea. What the hell? On to this, Japanese broadcaster NHK. That's a real NHK. It's a real news channel. I'm gonna say just that NHK. It's a real news channel. Said that the death toll rose to 34 on Saturday after one of the injured died in a hospital. So that means after when 33 people died, there was one survivor. But the sad thing about that is that survivor passed away in the hospital. So yeah, so 34 people. Now it's 34 people. 34 people died. Last time, when the fire broke out, it was once 20 people, now 23 people, and then 33 people. This kind of thing is crazy. I'm not saying this. This is fake or whatever. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. But this kind of thing, it happens. It's not common, but it happens a lot to crazy fans. Like I said, the guy who tried to commit a murder to Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and the guy who had a really huge crush on on Sandra Bullock. She had a really huge crush on her, and he stalked her and stuff. And the lady, rest in peace, man, rest in peace. And the lady who's actually a really huge fan to Paula Abdul. Dude, that's really, and plus, I'm not calling out to people. I'm just saying this when I'm saying this, that crazy fans do a lot of crazy stuff. And dude, this guy, what's his name again? Shinji Aoba, dude. Even though he is not even though he's not a employee in the studio, but this guy, he is like he's like an anime fan, bro. And this is like this is like so crazy that this guy had a huge grudge. That this guy had a huge grudge against the studio, thinking that they stole his idea, when he never even met the people who worked there and tell them about his idea. He didn't do that. He just thought about it in his own head. Resume. After 34 people died, and the 34th died in the hospital. Dude. Aoba was meanwhile transferred to another hospital specializing in treating burns. Footage showed medics carrying Aoba on a stretcher connected to multiple tubes and part of his exposed skin swollen and pink. It means that it means that right there, it means that he was part of it. He was part of it. I mean, there is no way that someone could have survived that unless that person is the arsonist. NHK and other media, quoting an unnamed source, said that Aoba spent 3.5 years in prison for robbing a convenience store in 2012 and lived on government support. The man told police that he set the fire because he thought Kyoto Animation Studio stole novels. According to Japanese media, it was unclear if he had contacted the studio earlier. Like I said, this guy thought that the Kyoto Animation Studio stole ideas, stealing ideas. But there's no proof. And dude, it was unclear. And they said it was unclear that he had contacted the studio. So that means he just thought about it. If it was true what he meant, if it was true about what he said, instead of saying because he thought, he would have said because he know that the Kyoto Animation Studios did stole the novels. But no, it was just thought. He only thought about it. It was some kind of like a real dumb conspiracy thing. The company, founded in 1981 and better known as KyoAni, Kyoto Animation, made a mega hit anime series about high school girls and trained aspirants to the craft. I don't know about aspirants, but I think what they're trying to talk about is like I think they're trying to talk about like Kodama animes, like animes that relates to Sailor Moon, Magic, Madoka Magica or something else like that. But yeah, the shocking attack left another 34 people injured, some critically. It drew an outpouring of grief for the dead and injured, most of them workers at the studio. So what that part means is that like 34 people who were employees and who worked in the studio died. And this guy literally had intentions of doing such a thing. He did. Dude, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Kyoto Prefectural Police Chief Hideto Ueda solemnly laid flowers at the site, now a charcoal shell, vowing for the utmost to the investigation to find motives behind the attack, which he described as unprecedented and unforgivable. What he said, that is exactly what that Aoba did. I mean, seriously, he just thought about his brain, that thinking that KyoAni stole people's idea and stole his idea, but there's no proof. And what he did is unforgivable. If what he said is true, he would have told the police. He would have told the police saying like, that the animation studio is stealing people is stealing plagiarizing and copywriting other people's stories, but that's not true. He just thought about it. He just thought about it. If his accusation was true, he would have had proof. But there was no proof. There was nothing. There was nothing. Nothing. Seriously, man. Seriously. This is the kind of thing that really shocks me. Now this guy, I hear this from my friends. This guy he got mad. That he got mad that the studio was copying his work. And dude, what he did? He did it intentionally. And this is sad, man. This is really sad. It's really sad, and it makes me angry. Why would the hell would this guy do such a thing? Dude, my mind is, dude, I can actually feel my goddamn hippocampus like starting to get really hard and get really vibrating right now, and it's like hurting my brain. And I'm starting to get a freaking headache from this guy who had intentions and who had a thought. Who had intentions, a thought, a dumb accusation, a dumb claim, saying that he did this because the studio was stealing people's work or art, and there was no proof. He just thought about it. He just thought about it. If his accusation was true, and like I said, if his accusation was true, he would have had proof, and he would have had and he would have had like the police called the police to investigate, and they would have just done like a search or something. But no. He just had to like, oh my god, they're like stealing people's like work and shit. I gotta do something, like that. Dude, come on, man, come on. Are you really that serious? Jeez, man, jeez. Okay, what's next? While shooting deaths are rare in Japan, the country has had a series of high-profile killings in recent years. Less than 2 months ago, a man described as a social recluse, or hikikomori, stabbed a number of private school children at a bus stop outside Tokyo, killing 2 people and wounding 17 before killing himself. In 2016, a former employee at a home for the disabled allegedly killed 19 people and injured more than 20 people. Nobuo Komiya, a Risho University criminology professor, calls the attacks suicidal terrorism, in which attackers typically see themselves as losers and target their anger on the society, often those who seem happy and successful. What he said, Nobuo Komiya, what he said, that's actually true. That's actually really true. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it again, because remember that guy who tried to kill Jason David Frank, and he had a thought like he had a mission to kill him or something else like that. Dude, that's exactly just like that. And this guy Aoba, he actually had that same thing. And the guy, man, and the guy who killed the children, the private school children, the what do you call it? The 2 people, and the disabled people over there, dude. What do you call it? I've seen video games, and sometimes video games, whatever the deeds over there is just fictional. Sometimes those fictional things are actually based off onto real shit. Texas Chainsaw. That, what do you call it? Even though the Chainsaw Massacre guy, the guy with the leather face, and he has like a chainsaw still, that was actually based off onto real shit, onto real times. like people somewhere around the U.S. People somewhere around the U.S. They're doing those kind of things to release some anger that they had, and they actually point out their anger to someone else, thinking that they're making their lives weak, their lives sad, their lives unsuccessful. Now this is the kind of thing that actually pisses me off, and this is the kind of thing that is really sad, because to me, I've lived through a lot of blames. I'm not gonna get into really huge detail, but I'm gonna say this. If you have anger, and if you want something to pour out your anger to, don't pour it out. Don't pour it out to someone who has done nothing to you. Because once you do that, it's not gonna give you it's not gonna give you any love. People's not gonna love you. People's not gonna smile to you. People's not gonna think of you as your friend. People's gonna think of you as someone else. I've seen this before. I've seen it through people, through me. And dude, trust me, man, trust me. Pouring your pouring your hatred to someone, or to something that relates to someone, that's not good. That's not good. All right? It's like you really think. It's like what you really think is. It's like what you really think. It's actually a good example of you making a good point. That's not how you do shit. That's not how you do what you think is good. This Alba guy, dude, what he did is unbelievable. And what he did is unforgivable. And what he did is inexcusable. Because this guy thought, he thought he was doing the right thing, but he was not doing the right thing. He was doing the most unforgivable and terrible act that he has ever done in his life. The 2012 thing, that was terrible too. But what he did right now, he killed 34 people. He killed 34. And do you know what that means? Those 34 people aren't bad people. Those 34 people are regular, normal, hardworking people that are trying to make cartoons, that are trying to make animation, that is trying to make art, that is trying to make people happy, that is trying to make people feel like, oh, nice, man, nice. This story is really good. I really like it. Star Wars is really awesome. But this one here is really awesome. But this guy, he actually thought he's doing a good thing. He's not doing a good thing. What he did. To me, I just feel like I feel really ashamed. I feel really ashamed because to me, I've always wanted to be a mangaka. I've always wanted to be like those people who draws anime, who draws comics, who draws mangas, and who does really cool movies kind of thing. But I've never seen people doing this kind of act before. Crazy fans doing something else really stupid, and this guy proved it all. Just gonna keep reading. Feeling angry at people who they think are winners, they tend to choose privileged people as targets. Just like what Alba just did. He felt really angry towards people who are successful, and he thinks that those people are making fun of him. Even though it doesn't say it over here, but still, every person that feels jealous or envy or hatred towards someone and thinks that someone is mocking them, that angry person always puts their anger at people and thinking they're the culprit. Basically, that's called the trigger. That's called the blame. That's how people blame others. That's how people think of others, like, oh, you did this, you did that, you made me feel really sad, you made my life really hell, you made my life You made my life like I'm living in a world that's worth shit. But no, it doesn't. But no, in reality, it's them. It's them. It's them. Those angry people. It's them that are making their lives into really shit. Just like that guy Aoba. What he did and what he did, it was illogical. It has no logic. He just thought about it in his mind, and he thinks his mind is true, and he thinks his mind is the right. I'll read more. Komiya said, "They think they have nothing to lose. They don't care if they get caught or if they die." That is actually a really true statement, because people who does that, they think they won't get in trouble. They think they're not gonna be in deep shit, but they are. They are. Just like that Alba guy. You wanna know how long? You wanna know how long for a guy who committed a crime that involves murder and burning and and burning down a building? Burning down a building, man. Burning down a building. It takes like like 20 years or so, or like I don't know. But I do know this: that if someone kills another human being, they will stay in jail for a lifetime, forever. And I'm not saying this to people, to people who have, who have survived so many things. But I'm talking about people. But I'm talking about people like Alba. What he did, exactly what this says. What he did was unforgivable. And the reason why I say this is because he thought that those people are doing something bad to him, but instead he is the one who's doing something bad to them, and he did that. And he thinks that he thinks that his thought is the truth, but that's not the truth. All right, that's not the truth. They are part of a growing trend that reflects a change in the Japanese society, where disparities are growing and ties among families, community, and other groups have weakened, and people are less obligated to follow the rules and be part of it. He said. Japan shouldn't be complacent about its safety anymore. We should follow the U.S. and Europe and do more for risk management. About 70 people were working inside the three-story Kyoto Animation #1 studio in Southern Kyoto, Japan. Ancient capital. That's actually really true, because Kyoto, I've been there. It's full of culture, and it's really nice. But still. All right, I'm gonna get back to this. About 70 people were working inside of the animation studio in southern Kyoto, Japan. At the time of the attack, the arsonist arrived carrying 2 containers of flammable liquid. He shouted, "You die!" as he entered the studio's unlocked front door, dumped the liquid using a bucket, and set it afire with a lighter. Police said, quoting witnesses, police at the scene confiscated the gasoline tanks and knapsack and knives, but have not confirmed they belong to the attacker. So they're still working on it. A Kyoto police official declined to speculate how Aoba prepared the attack, saying he wanted the man to explain himself as well as his motives. So what they're trying to do is that they're trying to talk to the guy. They're trying to see why would he do this? Why in the hell would he do this? The blaze blocked the front door and quickly engulfed the workspace, rising up the stairs to the 3rd floor, sending panicked employees fleeing. Some were able to escape by crawling out of the windows with the help of neighbors. Many tried but failed to escape to the roof, fire officials said. Most of the victims are believed to have died of carbon monoxide poisoning, experts say. Those people who have no idea what that is, and to people who does not understand what carbon monoxide poisoning is. Basically, after when a fire is ablaze, right? After when a fire blazed, like flame is like flickering stuff, and like what it says, some stories are sealed. So once it's sealed, all of the gas and all of the gas is trapped inside. All of the gas is trapped inside, and thus it create and thus it creates a terrible poison in the air that really hurt, that really makes you suffocate. After an explosion, after an explosion, after an explosion, fire comes out. Fire comes out. But when people closes it, the fire gets smaller and smaller. But that's not all. Once the fire gets smaller and smaller, it creates gas. It creates gas. It creates the air itself, and since the air inside of the stores are completely trapped, it turns the air. It turns both the air and the flames and the gas itself into a poisonous atmosphere. The reason why it's poison is because once we inhale it into the human body, because the human body, it needs oxygen, it needs air, it needs it needs something fresh to keep us like that, right? But to this kind of poisoning, once we breathe, it will not only just hurt our it will not only just hurt our lungs, but it will also hurt our brain as well. Because even though that sounds impossible, still the brain itself controls all of the body, and it needs energy. It needs the oxygen to keep the brain going. And once the lungs stop, once the lungs has stopped because of the poison, the brain itself begins to suffocate, begins to shake. I'm not a doctor, but I do know this, man. I do know this is that the brain, the hippocampus, it will start to like move and shake. And even though what I'm trying to say is bullshit, and even though I am not a doctor, still I live in a family who are complete doctors, and they always tell me this every time, right? And like I said, to people who are stuck inside, who are stuck inside of the stories, contained and full of that gas, that poisoning gas. Those people did die because of suffocation, because they need to breathe. Now, what happened next is that, like, after what I just said, the carbon monoxide poisoning, the suspect fled, but was chased by studio employees who eventually caught him. He collapsed to the ground outside of a house and was quickly surrounded by police. And this is what he said: "They are always stealing." Sorry, please excuse me. My throat was really dry. I couldn't speak very well because of all of the yelling. I'm gonna read it again. Basically, what happened is that the suspect tried to run. Luckily, the suspect tried to run, but luckily, he was being chased by the employees. And when they caught him, he collapsed to the floor. And then police were surrounding him so that he won't run away. And then he said out loudly, saying, "They are always stealing. It's their fault." He told the policeman bending over, asking him why he set the fire. According to a witness who described the scene outside her house, the man complained bitterly that something had been stolen from him. The witness told NHK and other networks. Neighbors interviewed by Japanese media said the suspect had troubles with other residents in the apartment building in Saitama, north of Tokyo, where he lived. One man told the broadcaster TBS that he had knocked on Aoba's door to ask him to stop banging on the walls. He said Aoba shouted. He said, and Aoba shouted, "I will kill you and shut up." Then grabbed him by the hair and shirt. So basically, this guy's crazy. This guy's really crazy. Studio president, studio president, the guy who, the guy who, the studio president from the KyoAni studio, Hideaki Hatta was stunned as he entered the site for the first time since the attack Friday and joined police investigators. "I can hardly bear to see this," Hatta said. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna yell because to what Hideaki said, what he said is actually true. Because he is the studio president, and the studio opened since 1981 or 1982. What he said is really heartbreaking too. Is that the place where he worked and the place where he loved to go and loved to create things that make people happy. I can actually get it. Because to many people who are creators, they wanted to create something. And when they create something, they build it through love, through hard work, and through great things. But what he said, after seeing the fire and seeing what happened, literally what he said broke my heart. He said he couldn't bear this. He couldn't bear to see it because what Aoba did is that he took away the president's dream. He took away the president's happiness. He took away the president's. He took away the guy. He took away Hatta-san's. He took away Hideaki Hatta-san's life. His life. His love, his dream. I would get angry, and I would feel sad too. But what he said was really sad. What he said was really, really sad. That this crazy man took away something that makes him happy. That was his dream. Everyone who was a cartoonist, manga artist, comic book artist, a cartoonist, their dream is to make happiness. Their dream is to make their life's work come true. And what Aoba did, Aoba took away that man's dream, and he fucked it up. He clearly fucked it up. Dude, to be honest, if someone took away my dream, I will just cry, man. I will just cry. If someone took away my dream of becoming a manga artist, my dream of becoming a comic book artist, my dream of becoming my dream of becoming a story writer or something else like that, or an artist or whatever, I will feel sad. And that's what this guy did. He literally took away a man's happiness. And that's not even okay. Construction worker Takumi Yoshida, 23, was a fan of KyoAni work. "I am shocked, and I'm sure for their families it must be very difficult so with those feelings in my mind, I brought flowers," Yoshida said. This man, he was a fan. He was a huge fan. And after what happened, that's what I'm talking about. When someone took away someone's dream, and when someone took away someone's happiness, that person's happiness and that person's dream and that person's love will go away easily. Will go away. Because this man, this Aoba, took it away. And he thought he's doing the right thing. He's not doing the right thing. I just read it. This guy has some kind of crazy problem. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened to his life, but still, it's crazy. Anime fan and university student Yuki Seki traveled from nearby Hyogo Prefecture to pay her respects. After properly recovering while taking their time, I hope Kyoto Animation can once again share their power and energy with us, she said. Kyoto Animation's hits include Lucky Star 2008, KyoAni 2011, Haruhi Suzumiya in 2009. It has an upcoming feature film, Violet Evergarden, about a woman who professionally writes letters for clients. I've seen this. It's really good. It's really good. It's also done secondary animation work on a 1998 Pokemon feature that appeared in the US theaters and a Winnie the Pooh video. It is Japan's deadliest fire since 2001, when a blaze took Tokyo's congested Kabukicho entertainment district, killed 44 people in the country's worst known case, arson and modern times. Police called the cause arson, but never announced an arrest in the setting of the blaze, though 5 people were convicted of negligence. Associated Press journalist Haruka Nuga, Nuga, contributed to this report. People are still hoping that Kyoto Animation can still work and create more love and more dreams. Excuse me. To be honest, what that guy did, I would say it's unbelievable. And I would also say what he did, all I could only say is that I hope that guy gets what he gets. What he did was terrible. 1, he made a dumb accusation. 2, he killed 34 people. 3, he took away a man's dream and a man's love. And by the man, I'm talking about Hideaki Hatta's work and life. 4 is that many people are sad about what the guy did. And 5, I just hope the law will do something to him, because what he did was unforgivable. And even I just said that, still, by unforgivable I mean he killed 34 people, and he took away a man's life, dream, work, and love by making people happy and by giving people beautiful inspiration. To be honest, if I was in that situation, I would just feel like I would never draw again. I would never create something again. I would feel like someone took my dream. Someone destroyed it. And for what? don't know why. I don't know why he or she or that person did. But if it's for a reason, I would just listen. I would just try to understand. But if that person did it for no reason, but just had a thought for no reason, and just did it anyways, I would feel pity of that guy. I would feel really pity. This really, this is really sad because some guy took away a man's dream. Some guy took away so many lives thinking his thought was right, but it's not. I just hope that this man gets what he deserves. And by that I mean I hope this man goes to jail, stay in jail, lives in jail. Because what he did. What he did. Dude, what he did was selfish. What he did was terrible. What he did was cruel. What he did is what he did and who he is. He is the personification. He is the he is the definition. He is the definition of envy. And he is the definition of cruelty. And he is the definition. He is the definition of insane. I know I'm just getting mad over this. But I'm not just mad because the studio, I'm not just mad about that. I'm just mad because some crazy guy took away Hideaki Hatta-san's dream, his life's work, for something so selfish. And I'm mad about that because he had no part of the studio. He just claimed and just thought about like they're the ones doing wrong and I have every right to do justice. This man clearly did something wrong. He had no proof. He had no theories. There were no proof of him what he said about Kyoto animation. And this man thought what he did was right. He didn't do something right. He killed 34 people. And he burned down a building which a man poured his life's work into, creating works of art, creating inspirations to everyone. And that's what's really sad. This man literally took away a man's dream, a man's hope, and someone's life work. That's what I'm mad about. Seriously, I just hope that Alba guy, he gets justice. I just hope he will go to jail for life. And I know that guy is going to jail for life because he killed 34 people and he claimed a terrible excuse of doing that. I just really hope, I just really hope that everything will get better. And as for the families who have lost someone who died in the fire, I'm so sorry that you lost that person. And I mean it, because they were taken away from some crazy guy. And then and I know because if someone took away someone or something that is precious to me, I would go after that guy. And I seriously, someday, I hope that guy Alba, I hope he will realize what he has done, and he will feel like, crap, what have I done? Because if he doesn't, then I'm gonna feel really pity towards him. I'm gonna feel pity towards that crazy guy. This has been the longest review / rant about the incident that happened in Kyoto. To the families who have lost someone in the fire and in the massacre of what happened to the incident of Kyo Animation Studio. I am very sorry. I am very sorry for your loss. And as for Hideaki Hatta-san, I am very, very, very sorry. I'm very sorry that a man took away your life's work and took away your dream. And I'm very sorry that he took away something that makes you happy. I really hope that when things are better, and when I say that, I mean I really hope that this man, Alba, gets the justice that he deserves. And by that, I mean I hope this man goes to jail forever, ever, until he realizes what he has done. Because if he doesn't, guess what? Guess what? He deserves it. He deserves to be in jail for a lifetime. Because what he did, it's cruel. It's cruel. It's horrible. And what he did is a massacre. And to people who have done massacres, they always get something bad to them. And that's what I mean by I hope this man gets justice. Get justice with the ED at the end. Justice. Even though that doesn't make any sense, though. I'm gonna say it in this room. I hope this man, Alba, get hit by a real man, real person who has a clear sense of justice. I hope this man, Alba, gets kicked in the goddamn ass. I just really hope this guy literally gets what he deserves. And by what he deserves, I mean I really hope this guy goes to jail and lives there, stays there forever for what he has done, until he realizes what he has done. So again, Hideaki Hatta-san, I really hope things will get better. And I really hope, really hope that you will still keep making love inspirations, keep making incredible things to give more inspirations to everyone, because that's what they need. And I really do hope that good things will happen to you. Seriously, I'm serious. And to people who's watching this, please forgive me for yelling, for making, because I just really don't want to. I just really hope that our guy gets what he deserves. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please comment down below and say what you think about what happened, of the incident and massacre, of what happened in Tokyo. Wait, not Tokyo, but Kyoto. I really do hope that Hatta-san, will rebuild and keep creating something, and keep creating really awesome, really inspiring, really and really great and awesome pieces of art, work, inspiration, and really awesome stuff, and really awesome stories. Thank you guys so much. This is Kamikaze 123, aka Lanto Tracy Yukine. Have a good day, have a good evening, and bye.